All right, one of your questions was about 12.3, number 12. And in number 12, what they want is a very quick thing if you have a calculator where you can put in the data, and that is to find the standard deviation of the room costs. And so what I did is I copied the data down from your 12.3, number 12, and wanted to show you how I would go about finding the standard deviation. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the screen. So if you could have 12.3, number 12 open, or come back and look at this data set, maybe quickly write it down because I'm going to lose that data set as I come over here. But these 12 data points were given, and what I need to do next is, if I go over here where I can show you my calculator, turn it back on for a minute, and I first need to clear my data. So I clear my data by going to second data, which has stat right above it, and I go over and I clear my data by hitting enter at that point. So now my data is all cleared out, and when I click data, it's ready for the first number. The first number I need to put in is 97. My calculator asks for a frequency. It happened one time. Then there's a 105. Then there's a 125, a 169, a 187, a 182, a 117. And these are just the room costs that are there. A 247, a 140, a 135, a 128, a 267. And so I have those 12 data points entered in, so I hit my stat bar button, and it's going to do the calculation, and it's just going to give me the standard deviation as 54.26. They wanted it rounded to the nearest tenth, and so, nearest hundredth. And so if we go to the nearest hundredth, it looks like it's 54.27. Should be some flexibility in those answers as well, but that's how easy it is to get the standard deviation if you can put the data into your calculator. If you can't, let me go back over to the notes area where I can write on a screen. If you don't know how to do that, you can always use the formula for standard deviation, which is the sum of the x minus the x bar squareds all over n minus 1, the whole thing square rooted. And so we would go off of that. It's very involved, right? You'd have to find the x bar. You'd first find x bar by adding up all the data and dividing by n. Then you'd take x bar away from everybody and square it, add them up. It's way nicer just to plug it into your calculator. And so hopefully you have that option there. But that's how to do number 12. You had other questions, but I need to do them separately since they're slightly different.